Hi there guys, my name is Barry and welcome to another exciting episode of One Man in His Boat. In this episode we're going to be looking at actually doing some gunnel work, we're going to be doing some varnishing, and we're going to be bringing the toys down, yay! Yeah, we're going to start laying out exactly where everything is going to go underneath the deck, and this is the bit that I've been waiting on, is actually getting on with some sort of construction of the vessel. So if that's something you're interested in guys, please stay tuned. Right boys and girls, before we get on the show, I'd just like to say thank you to you for all your comments on our social media platform. Now I am 3 videos ahead of you guys, so you have just watched our very special edition, the one where she's here, the boat arriving. Now we've had a lot of comments asking about our music and stuff like that, so it's just to let you guys know that things will be changing. We're going to be introducing a new intro to the One Man in His Boat, and we're going to be introducing new music as well. So keep coming with your comments guys. And speaking of comments, I'd like to thank James Stennon for his advice about putting extra blocks under the bilge keels. And James Stennon, this is for you my son. This is exactly what you commented on about giving the, I was going to say rock hopper, she's not the rock hopper, the Lindsay B the extra support she needed under her bilge keels. However, I am going to now strengthen up the blocks with extra bits because you are right, the boat is moving the blocks. Right guys, our first little job before we're going on to the varnishing of the gunnels etc. is to sort these blocks for moving. Because I'm coming in and out of the boat and it's only got a little pad here, the blocks are actually wanting to move by themselves as you're going in the boat and moving the weight about in the boat. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure up some battens. We'll get the blocks squared off and get them all screwed together so that there's no movement whatsoever. Corners of them. As you can see, we've got a little gap here, so all we're going to do is actually just gap fill. We'll get another piece of timber and we'll fill that in and then screw it right through all 3 pieces. It's just because these are 10 by 10s, these big ones, and these are 8 by 10s. So I must have cut them the wrong way. There you go. Every day's a school day. Right, boys and girls, that's us done all the wee hard work for this morning. That's the beams are all strengthened up, thankfully. Surely we shouldn't get any blocks moving now. And thank you, James, for that top tip. Right, so what we're going to go on to now is the varnishing. Now, off camera, I've already rubbed down the gunnels. It took me about half a day to get on with it. And what I used was wet and dry sandpaper. For you though that don't know, wet and dry is basically a sandpaper that you can use wet or dry, it says it in the title. So it was 600 grit. It was just enough to take the lumpy bits off the varnish that was on it. Now the boatyard itself gave it three coats of varnish. Now I want to knock that right up to 8, and I want to get it done now while the weather's still warm. So all we'll have to do now is just get a quick clean. We'll get a rag and we'll get it all cleaned up. We'll get all the rubbish off it, and then we'll get on with the varnishing. And I'm not going to put any solution in this. It's not going to be a 50-50 mix or a 75-50 mix, because it's already had 3 coats by the boatyard. I'm just going to go straight on top with the yacht varnish. Right guys, this is the varnish that we're going to use. It's basically Ronseal, does exactly what it says on the tin. And it's obviously the gloss type, because I want that supersonic shine. I want it to look like glass. And the more we get done now, the better it's going to, well, in fact the longer it's going to last us, especially the work that the Lindsay B is going to go through. So the more I can get done, the better. So guys, when you're actually doing in between coats on a varnish, right, the wet and dry actually leaves a scummy residue on the actual wood itself. So what we've got to do now is just use the fairy liquid and a wee rag, very lightly rub over things, dry it off with a towel, and then go on off with a microfiber cloth. The microfiber cloth will take away the staticness for any dust collection before you actually coat it with a coat of varnish. So we'll get on with that work. You might be able to see it a bit better there. See, it's sort of scratchy. Well, there's a fine film on that, and that's what we'll have to take off. Right guys, we're going on to Baz's top tip of the day. What we're going to be using to actually varnish is a lovely little Harris brush. Is it 1.5 inch? Now what we're going to actually do is run a line of tape around the gull. In fact, we'll do it half and half. Like so. Keep it nice and tight on the bristles there. And what that'll do is it'll stop, for one, you'll stop your hairs coming off your brush, and two, it'll stop the varnish going all the way up into here, which is harder to get out when once cleaning the brush. So if we just take a wee line of varnish up to there, by the time we're finished it'll maybe run up to about there, but the tape should help stop it getting so far up the brush. That's in theory, of course. I've seen that on one of my YouTube videos. Can't remember who done it, but it seemed to work for them, so it's going to work for us. Right guys, we're ready to rock and roll. Good morning guys, it's another exciting day for me at One Man in His Boat here. I never got as much done as I'd like to last night, but as you can see from the results with just an extra hard work, look at the shine on that. Let's see if it'll focus in for you. There we go. Look at that guys, eh? Wonderful. Right, so as you can see, I'll tilt there, I've only been able to get the top and the inside done. So this morning's task is to get the outside done. Now what we're going to use is Mr. Yellow Rag down there. We'll try and get all the dust we can off it that we maybe accumulated during the night, and then we'll get on with our varnishing. Ronseal does exactly what it says on the tin. Should go for adverts, eh? Now guys, Baz's top tip yesterday, we actually put the green tape over it. Now it worked relatively well because we didn't have a lot of hairs coming out of the brush. However, the tape did disintegrate either side where the strain was when I was varnishing. So what I think I might use today is actually a harder bit of tape and see if that does the trick. So we'll get on with that this morning. Right guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about varnishing areas like this, where we've got the dowels covering the bolts and we've got the joint in the capping itself. Now in order to seal this properly, when you're varnishing, you're better doing little strokes like this. Just back and forward, up and down, just to fill in the seam that the dowel's in. Now it's probably already filled with glue, but you don't want to risk that. You want to get as many layers of varnish over the top of that as well. It's the same with where the seam is. Just get a little bit more varnish. It's the same again. Also, don't put too much varnish on because you'll start getting runs and it'll look all nasty and thick. And once you've done your crisscross, that's when you go with the grain. Just like that. And then once the varnish settles down after it's brushing, it'll seep in nicely. It'll do what it's supposed to do. So there we go, guys. Right guys, now that that's done, we're going to actually go up and get all the toys sorted out. We'll get this area cleaned first before we get the toys done, and then we'll put the toys in place tomorrow once the varnish is dried, because obviously I don't want to go mucking about when there's wet varnish on the go. As for last night's varnish, it seems to be drying really quickly, so I should get a kick at the ball tomorrow. Yeah, let's get it on. So guys, as you can see, that's all the toys down that are going to go underneath the deck. Monetary value, oh my goodness, that must be like 3 zeros and a wee bit more probably. Yeah, what your money's worth. So what the plan is now is I'm not going to actually video all this going into the boat and where my ideas are, because I have the fishery officer coming on Monday. This is now Sunday, and I need to get a couple of beams cut because he's going to take the final measurements for our depth, so we can actually get the registration properly processed and hopefully get her registered for fishing from Cardiff. Right boys and girls, what we'll have to do now is measure the maximum width, what the vessel is. Now the widest point, because it's shaped, well, you could say it's shaped like a banana each side, we'll have to find the widest point. Now what I reckon is just the fore end of the engine here is probably the widest part, so we'll take that as our first beam. We'll get a measurement, I think either side, and then that'll give me a rough idea about if I'm going to be able to get a flush hatch over as well. So we'll cut a beam for here, and we'll cut a beam at the back of the engine, and we'll do 2 jobs at once. Right boys and girls, welcome to the feeding shed. Sorry for the back wire outside. The pet lambs know I'm in the feeding shed and they think they're getting a wee treat. Unfortunate for them. The sooner Stuart gets them out in the field, the happier I'll be, because I'll make filming a lot easier. Anyway, here we have undercover, thankfully, because of the pigeon poop, is our Douglas fir beams. They're 6 inch by 3 inch, and I'm just going to leave it as is for going in the boat. I'm just going to have a straight deck, I think, because if I make it with a camber, I might not get the height ratio that I need to get a flush deck. So that's why I'm just thinking, boom, straight down, everything's nice and easy, everything's nice and flush. So what we'll have to do now is measure and mark and cut 2 beams, the measurements that I took off them. It really is a good job I covered that up. I'll need to wash my hands when I finish this one, I can tell you. Right, rule of thumb, Baz's top tip for the day. Measure twice, cut once. So 240, 230. Right guys, it's a good job I've actually checked the wood before I cut the other end, because we have a dirty big knot out here and there's a wee shake that goes to about there. and it looks like it's like halfway through the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice off here nice and square, and then I'm going to re-measure it. We've got plenty to spare, so I shouldn't be worried. And besides, that doesn't look very square either. Yeah, doesn't look very square. So we'll get this measured, marked and cut. Look at that. Right guys, I actually went and re-measured that again just in case, because this is a smaller beam. It doesn't matter, this is not the true fitting, this is just a general cut and shut now, and just to keep the fishery officer happy. Once I place everything on the boat underneath the deck and I know where everything's going, then the beams will get sorted out properly. They'll get a proper cut at the proper measurements, and they'll get tidied up really nicely before we actually do the proper fit. Right guys, that's your video for this week. Thank you very much for watching. You can look forward to next week's video, which is going to be putting the gubbins into place. It's a dry fit. We're going to figure out where everything goes, and then I'll explain about bits and bobs about what does what and stuff like that, all the technical sort of stuff. I'll try and make it as happy and joyful as I possibly can. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, comment below. I try and answer every comment I possibly can. Tick that notification bell, and please subscribe to our channel. Right, until the next video guys, thank you. And speaking of comments, I'd like to thank... Right boys and girls, before we get on with the show, say that again, take two. Right guys, as you can see, I have a lot of toys here, all brought down from the house. They've been living there for the last 6 months. As for the monetary value of all this, I wouldn't even like to comprehend how much it is, because it must have a couple of 3 zeros on the end of it. Anyway, I'm not going to actually make a video on where these are all going to go for this one. However, that may be the next video. On the end of this video, I'm slavering nonsense now. Oh my god, it's just coming out. This it's going to be actually placement of the toys, and we'll see what's what. And I'm slavering nonsense, I really am. And James, this is for you, my son. This is exactly what you were suggesting in your emails to us. I'll stop saying them now. So guys, as you can see, that's all the toys down that's going underneath the deck. Now, I'm not going to actually fit them now in this video. I'm going to leave that for the next one because there's an awful lot of explaining to do with each component, and we'll just run through that, where it all goes, what it all does, all the usual nonsense. I say usual nonsense, that's exactly what you like my videos for. Right, anyway, cancel that. Right guys, excuse me, I'll do that again, take two. Right guys, it's actually a good job that I actually checked the wood before I actually cut the... I'm saying too many actuallys now, aren't I? Take two.